Do you got Carmelo Anthony talking about scoring the basketball? Instead of just saying we got to score, he takes it a step further. Here's Carmelo Anthony from the weekend.
We just couldn't score the basketball today. Defensively, we felt like we did a great job defensively, but we just couldn't score the basketball. Yeah, they did some. They out-rebounded us. You know, they won the hustle game today, the little things. But it all came down to us not scoring the basketball.
Absolutely. Got to score the basketball. Yes.
If it was a game of horseshoes, they would have totally blew them out.
Yeah, you got to score the basketball. Got to hit just good golf shots there. Let's bring in Jason Jackson, Heat broadcaster. Join us on Dan Patrick Show. You ever say score the basketball there, Jay Jackson?
And this one belongs to the Reds. I'm sorry, brother. I thought you wanted to do a little baseball today. No, what I like to do is I went out and anchored the show. I went out and I talked to the microphone. Look, these things come up because you said it best. Guys are thinking about what they're going to say next, and they have these little triggers and safety corners that they can wiggle themselves into, and then they find their thought and off they go. But what would sports be without cliches, man? Bumper stickers, T-shirts.
Jason hosting an hour-long pregame show, 7 Eastern on Heat.com. After the game, go to Heat.com or Sun Sports for the Heat live postgame. Carmel, I should say that LeBron seems to have fun with you. It seems like he likes to goof on you when you're on the floor.
As you know, the only reason you liked me when we first met was because I was from Ohio. And I think that's the deal with LeBron. He realizes that ages 3 to 13, I'm sure he's done his research, that I was in Cuyahoga County before moving to Hamilton County at age 13. I know all 88 counties in Ohio. If you have that type of time, I'm happy to share them all with you. But
it reminds me of the guy who's the bartender in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where he can name 200 fish.
It doesn't say a lot about the dude, but I do have some knowledge. But with LeBron, I think it's really simple. First of all, I've elevated to that age where I'm not their age and I'm not their parents' age. I'm that dirty uncle age, that uncle that makes you giggle about stuff you shouldn't talk about. So I'm right in between, and I don't have a social relationship with them, outside of the facility, but our kids are in the same bracket and hang out with each other around the arena. So there's an affinity that kind of develops. And then, you know me off air, and I'm a little colorful. That has nothing to do with the mahogany hue of my skin, but it is, I speak like a grown man at times in ways that I probably shouldn't, and it tickles them. And so it all comes together in this very comfortable environment. And here's the other thing. I'm a carnival barker now. I'm not there to get in his business about, his fiance or the kids or somebody that's trying to put him in a bad spot. He knows I'm there to talk to him about the basketball.
Do you think he thinks that you're one of the Jackson 5, and that's why he likes you so much?
Clearly Tito.
Yeah.
Clearly the thick brother behind the guitar.
Did he respond to what Thibodeau said about him being a flopper?
No, he went into kind of just a general mode of conversation. The problem is, Dan, those conversations probably happen almost simultaneously. So I'm sure, how people will just run. You've seen this before. They'll run from one press conference to another like a tattletale and say, hey, Tom said this about you, LeBron. What do you have to say?
You know what he said?
Exactly. LeBron was responding the entire press conference to just how rough and tumble the series had become. And the one thing that's amazing, I just turned 41 yesterday, and I struggle with trying to maintain poise in moments of stress to this day. He is 29 years old and realizes that there is no point in that. Like none in a place where it would be totally acceptable. So if a sound on tape rolls wrong, television term, I lose it. I'm like, what the hell? We've been working all day. We cut this video. We interviewed this guy. We got a great interview, and we bleeped that up. What is wrong with you people? He gets shoved to the floor by Nazir Muhammad, sits there, doesn't respond while he gets thrown out, and his response is, I'm not here for that silliness. I'm here to play a basketball game.
Do you think the Heat were expecting Derrick Rose last game?
No. Well, you know what? I'll say this. They were expecting him in game one. See, Spoelstra's that type of coach where he works in this bubble that the most reasonable worst case scenario for his team is what will happen. And then that's his starting point. And I think most coaches are that way. But I think he truly went into the series believing Derrick Rose was going to be MVP Derrick Rose, and that's how we're going to prepare. Not that he has a pretty suit purchased by his $250,000 handed him by Adidas, which has to be a lot on him, by the way.
Who do you think the Heat want to face next round?
Want to?
Yeah.
Look, historically, it would be awesome if it's New York. I mean, just everything that went on at the turn of the century, right around late 90s, early 2000s, was just mostly agony for this franchise. So last year, 5-game first round, there's a little bit of that, but there's got to be multiple 4 in 5 years of playing the Knicks for that stuff to really turn into something. What's really turned into something is Pacers Heat. That stuff that went on in the conference semifinals last year has spilt into the regular season games this year, and if they play in the conference finals, it'll be something else. Coach Vogel is an affable guy, as you well know.
Wait, you didn't answer the question.
No, I did too.
Do they want the Heat? Do they want the Knicks because the Knicks?
Man, they don't care. And they don't care. That's why I tried to give you more.
No, I think that.
Just golfed my ball. I just golfed my ball right there.
You scored the ball there is what you did. Okay. I would think Indiana.
The fun part of it would be New York. Because they just get to go play in that building. Everybody loves playing in that.
Well, they don't care about fun here. They're trying to get to a championship again. They're
allowed to have fun. They can have fun while they're doing it. Well, they
would have more fun with New York. Indiana's not going to be fun.
No, it'd be the same series again.
Yes.
It would be the exact same.
So they would rather
again.
face the Knicks than the Pacers because they would not fear.
They'll beat them both. It doesn't really matter. But the point is that from what's good for basketball, which I don't know if they care about that. I'm talking to you now. You're now getting my opinion. Okay? So what the Miami Heat players and coaches want, inconsequential. Here's what's good for basketball. New York, Miami, 6-game series, Heat win. That's what's good for basketball. You're welcome.
What's Dwyane Wade's status here? Is this going to be the ongoing sore knee?
You know what? Historically, tonight will be a night where he has 30. Historically. He's 31. The knee was recovered and then got bumped and bruised in the Bucks series. So he's not he literally has told everyone, I'm not talking about my knee, which means that there's still an issue of some sort. But Dwyane, throughout his career, after a game, and he didn't have a bad game, he just had a lot of touches. He had 7. He was 5 of 7 in that game. 1 for 1 in the first half. I mean, he shot the ball well. Shot the basketball well in the first half. But now the issue is LeBron knows, Spoelstra knows, and it's good for the Miami Heat to continue to have that option. Because as you've noticed now with our buddy from the great state of Ohio, Norris Cole, that left corner is always going to be open in the Heat offense. It just is. And so Dwyane loves that left baseline. So now do you create some action where he's slicing and cutting there without, forcing it. And that's the thing that's great about the way this team has evolved, Dan. They're fine making the extra pass. One more pass doesn't hurt. So if he becomes a facilitator, more of a rebounder, shot blocker, he's not going to be angry now. 10 years ago, you know how it is when you're a young player in the league. You want to score. Basketball.
Score the ball. Yeah, score the basketball. All right, well, we'll have fun tonight.
I'm going to have a blast, man. The beautiful thing about my job when we get to the conference semifinals, because the networks all take over, is I just get to hang out on the western shore of Biscayne Boulevard. I mean, we bring in a big buffet, and for me, it's got to be a big buffet. I mean, it's a wonderful display of activity. Just come down sometime. We have the facilities for you and the whole crew.
You're on scholarship. You're on scholarship, man.
This is the best job I've ever had, dude. Come on, 100 days off straight if they win the title. Hang out with my boys.
And you get a ring, don't you?
Another one.
Look at you.
Number 3.
Do you wear it? Do you wait till the finals to wear your ring?
Here's the rule.
Oh, no.
For me. This is me, okay? After the title, I wear it the entire next season, all the way through. Then the subsequent season, if there's not a title won, I don't wear it until the postseason. I also wear it in the cities in which the team that was defeated in the finals, so they have to see it. It's a conversation starter, Danny.
Do you have it on right now?
I do not, but it is in my backpack.
All right.
It is ready for 7 o'clock Eastern Time tonight. Heat.com.
Why don't you take a picture and send it to Fritzy?
It will be in Fritzy's phone, email box, what have you. In moments. Nothing about the Reds. You got nothing about the Cincinnati Reds and their sweep of Milwaukee as they sojourn to Miami. Why? Why? You're not allowed to be a homer about your own
It's
team
May.
that you grew up loving.
Jason, it's May.
Awesome. Dog, it is awesome. We get the hell out of the ball, dude. And I said we. Did you see that play B-Hop made the other night? It was sickness. Yes, I call Brandon Phillips B-Hop. That's right.
You're so gangster. All right. Have fun tonight.
Stay white hot, man.
I hear you. Stay black. That's the 6th Jackson. So Jason Jackson, Miami Heat reporter. LeBron is always doing something to him during a game.